ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
What up, Savannah? It's your boy, Julius Campbell. I'm back with you. I've been gone for a while, but look, I'm back in the house at Ink to Ink, Incarceration to Incorporation. What I want to do today is I want to tell you another story. It's been a long time since we had a chance to talk. And so I wanted to come to you tonight by myself, and I wanted to share with you a couple of things that's been going on these last couple of weeks. But again, who are we? We are Incarceration to Incorporation, or better known as Ink to Ink. What do? Well, we provide a safe space for men and women, returning citizens, a platform, if you will, to share their stories. Why do we do this? Because there is a false narrative, that narrative that purports that when we get out, men and women who come home from incarceration, that we are automatically going right back in recidivism, the word that they call. But that is not the case. That's not true. There are many successful stories, and that's why we are here at Ink to Ink to share those stories that take us from incarceration all the way to incorporation. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is I want to tell you the journey that I've been on these last couple of weeks. But first, shout out to Marie. What up, Marie Jones? As you can see behind me, this is Julius and Marie. What we do is we share. Love sharing. But not just Marie, she's not with us right now, but she'll definitely be back with us in the space on next Friday. But also, what's up, AB? I am hearing so many positive things about AB. He is the brainchild, if you will, of Incarceration to Incorporation. And I'm hearing that he's doing some phenomenal things all the way in Florida, and he's opening up a brand new business. So again, we can't wait to AB get back in the spot and share. Then we got my partner Julius Hall. Julius Hall has provided this platform, All Things Relevant Media. He's provided this platform for us to do exactly what we're doing right now, inspiring, educating, and empowering others. So that's saying what's up to everybody. I want to make sure I get all my people in there. What am I going to talk about tonight? I've been gone for approximately a month, a little over 4 to 5 weeks. And in that time, I've had an opportunity to grow in my network. I have an opportunity to do education and to explore in my motivational speaking. I'm telling you, I've had an opportunity to do some powerful things, and I want to share them with you. Why do I want to share them with you? Because I believe that if you see me make it, you will be able to make it as well. So some of you might just be joining in. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I had a chance to share it. So if you would you at this very moment, would you hit that share button? Let somebody know what we got going on right now. Let somebody know what we're doing at this very moment, how intentional we are about sharing our stories. Because I believe when we do that, then we are changing the narrative. So I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds. Just as always, I'm not gonna ask you to do something that I myself are not doing as well. So hit that share button right now. Oh yes. I want you to definitely tell others what we're doing here on Ink to Ink. Okay. Now, for the last couple of weeks, again, who am I, first of all? My name is Julius Campbell, for those of you who are just joining in. And I've been incarcerated in Georgia's prisons. I was incarcerated from 1993 to 2019, approximately 26 years. That's right, 26 years. And during that time, the Lord has transformed. We use the word rehabilitate. I like to use the word transform. But God has transformed my life, and I am now able to do the things that I'm doing today. In that 26 years, let me start, because when I always ask those that I interview, is this: what is your relationship to incarceration? Number one. And then number two, was your transition or reintegration into society a smooth or a difficult one? Well, first of all, my relationship to incarceration. I was locked up at the age of 20 for taking the life of another young man. And what I do, I definitely, in every one of my conversations, I make it known that I was wrong, that I made poor choices, and those poor choices hurt someone, hurt a lot of people, families, my families, his families. And in that duration of 26 years, I learned that my choices don't just affect me. And I hope that you are also learning that even though it's your life, even though you have the freedom and the choice to do what you do, you must understand that your choices don't just affect you. My choices affected my whole family. My choices also affected the lives of the young man and his family as well. And so I want you to understand that. But when we make those poor choices, and God gives us a second chance, for some of us, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. But when we get another opportunity, we ought to use that opportunity for good, for positive. And that is what I've had opportunity to do. When the doors for me open, or actually before then, I use a term that I love called progressive preparation. And progressive preparation simply means that you know who you are, you know whose you are, and what you are called to do. And because you know that, now you are progressively preparing yourself to be that person. How was I able to do that? For example, when I was incarcerated, I know that God had called me to motivational speaking. As a fact, right now I am a minister, I am a mentor, and I'm a motivational speaker. But I knew that then. And so what I began to do is progressively prepare myself to be the best minister, mentor, and motivational speaker that I can be. And while I was doing that, when the doors opened for me, I had an opportunity to hit the ground running, full speed ahead. When the doors opened for me as a motivational speaker, I had an opportunity to do a TED Talk. For some of you that don't know what a TED Talk is a international platform for motivational speakers. And I had an opportunity to do a TEDx TED Talk. And my subject was helping returning citizens to be successful. It's on YouTube. You can go and look at it right now. Look up recidivism, and then you'll see my name, Julius Campbell. But I said that simply to say that I progressively prepared to be the person that I am today as a minister. I went through 4.5 years of seminary, and I graduated. And now, as I'm home and the doors have opened up to me, I minister as well. And then lastly, as a mentor, while I was on the inside, I trained, got the skill set for mentoring a lot of young men, the ages of 17 on up. And because I did it there, when I came home, God gave me the opportunity to do it out here. So that is my transition from the 26 years in prison. Now I am coming home. As I came home, I had those 4 staples, those things that are necessary for a smooth transition and a successful reintegration. Number 1, I had family support. My family stood by me the whole time that I was incarcerated. And because their commitment, care, and love for me, it helped me to be able to do the things that I needed to do to be successful. Number 2, gainful employment. When I came home, I had gainful employment, which gave me the tools that I needed in order for me to be successful. Number 3, I needed a stable house. I needed a place to stay that was stable, that was safe. And my parents provided that for me. And number 4, community support. I had a community to come around me, faith-based community. They came and helped undergird me, and that has helped me to be successful in the 4.5 years that I've been out. When I note what I said, 4.5 years, which has exceeded the 3 years that they say that we, returning citizens, will recidivate. So I am very grateful for that success. But because of those 4 staples, now I am able to do the very things that I do right now. And let me share a little of those things with you. First of all, I am a life navigator. What is a life navigator? Well, a life navigator is a system-impacted adult who now works alongside a system-impacted youth, and you're helping that person to safely navigate through the chaotic culture that they're living in. Because I've experienced the very things that they themselves are experiencing, now there was an innovative organization called Deep Center that utilizes my skill set, not just my lived experiences, but my skill set to come alongside young men to help them to safely navigate to shore. That's what I do. And that is an awesome experience that I have. Can you imagine me after 26 years being able to come alongside a young person and tell them some of my lived experiences so that they don't have to make the same mistakes that I made? There was a famous poet by the name of George Santayana, and he himself said this. He said, and I quote, "He who does not learn from his mistakes is forced to repeat them. He who does not learn from history is forced to repeat its mistakes." So I get that beautiful opportunity to share my history with young people so that they don't repeat my mistakes. That's what a life navigator does. And that's what I've been doing for 2.5 years thus far. And not only do I do that, but I'm also a program director for OAA Savannah, Offender Alumni Association. And what does that mean? Well, let me help you to understand. Offender Alumni Association is a grassroots organization where myself, Marie Jones, and Fred Green, we, and all 3 of us have something in common. We are all returning citizens. Again, we broke that false narrative that we are automatically recidivating. And so what I'm telling you right now is that we have come together and we are helping other returning citizens. 1 second. Check my little clock. We are helping other returning citizens to do what? To make it. We are giving them a safe space. Every other Wednesday night, we come to 8011 Waters Avenue and we are sharing our story. We are bringing our peers together, sharing who we are, where we come from, and how we are making it. And in doing so, we are encouraging, we are educating, and we are empowering other returning citizens. That's right. And people are hearing about what we're doing, and it is making a difference. Yes, it is making a difference. And I am not fooling you. What are you saying to me? That there are a bunch of returning citizens getting together and we are doing positive things. We are changing and inspiring people not to recidivate. Well, I'm just excited about some of the things that we're doing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing, but we're getting ready to go to a commercial in a few seconds. But I want you to come back. And while you're waiting to come back, I want you to hit that share button so that others will know what we're doing right here in Savannah with Ink to Ink and OAA Savannah. So just come on back. Don't leave too long. Come back so I can share a couple of more things with you. Oh, I'm excited. What's up? I'm glad you came back with me. Now, I stopped on OAA Savannah, but that's not it. I'm talking about there's a lot of things that we're doing. Marie Jones and Fred Green and myself, we are representing returning citizens. There are a lot of you that are out there right now that have been incarcerated, whether it was 20 years ago or 20 days ago, and you have not had an opportunity to share your story. That's what we desire. We want to give you this platform to share your story because, again, we believe that stories matter. Yes, your story matters. However long it was, it matters because there are men and women that are coming home right now and they need to hear that you can make it. They need to know that Ink to Ink is pushing and propelling them into stardom, into success. And you may be the very person to do that. So I definitely want to make this plug right now, May 17th. That is on a Wednesday, May 17th from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock on at 8011 Waters Avenue. We are going to give you that opportunity to come and share your story. But what else have I been doing since I've been going? I had an opportunity to go all the way to Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. And Emory is a prestigious college. A college, that's what I'm talking about. They are now opening the doors. And remember, this is what we've been doing for so long. We've been asking people to give us a seat at the table. That's right. Everybody is making decisions for us without asking us how that we can bring about success. Well, that is changing. I tell you, the narrative is changing. We were given an opportunity to go to Emory and share a seat at the table, and they began to ask us questions. Not only was we allowed to go to Emory, but there are other institutes that have opened the doors and that have given us a seat at the table. You, my friend, my brother, my sister, you too can come and sit at the table. There is a platform ready for you. We now have an opportunity to use our voice in voting and also in sharing. And I give that unto you. Julius is giving that opportunity to you. Marie and all of us, we just simply want you to take advantage. Not only are we changing the narrative and representing returning citizens, but the doors have now also been opened for us to speak to our young people. I don't know about you, but have you been watching the news? Have you been looking around and seeing what's going on in our neighborhoods? Have you been hearing the gunshots? Have you been listening to the cries of the mothers? What can we do to help to change that? Well, there is something that you can do. Your story. Your story can change the mindset of another young person. And we have been given an opportunity here at OAA and Ink to Ink to share our story with young people. We're looking for mentors, a man or a woman who has moved on from the adolescent immaturity to the maturity that they're in now. We are looking for you. We've been given an opportunity to teach curriculums, character developing curriculum, abstinence and risk reduction curriculums to our young people, to our system impacted young people. What am I saying? I'm telling you right now that returning citizens are getting an opportunity, that we are getting a second chance, not just a second chance to talk, we're getting a second chance to act. Second chance hiring is going on right now. Just last week, we was given an opportunity to go and to hear the heartbeat of our criminal justice system, hear the heartbeat of some judges and DAs, and lock them up and throw away the key is not just the only answer. Now we're being innovative and creative, and we're providing answers, and we are getting a chance to be a part of the solution. That's right. I am excited. So I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but I'm telling you, I've been gone and I've been doing some things and I've been setting some platforms and now I'm here and I'm inviting you. I want to invite you. Would you tell somebody else what we're doing here on Friday nights at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7, right here at Ink to Ink, Incarceration to Incorporation. We are changing the narrative. You know, I always like to say this. I'm going to say it now, and then I'll say it again before we close. I say this, but we may have started this thing out wrong. But look at us now. We are finishing strong. Julius Hall, he is finishing strong. All the things that he's doing, that he's putting his hand to, is becoming successful, and he's finishing strong. Marie Jones, she also, right now, she's getting these opportunities to go out and speak to system impacted young ladies, and also just particularly young ladies, and she's sharing her story. Mother, we need your story. Brother, we need your story. Those of you that have been keeping your mouths closed for such a time as this, it's time to open it. If this world and those who are negatively representing us are screaming from the housetop, why can't we, for doing it right, scream also? I just want you to know that on this platform, you have an opportunity. And you can look forward to the things that we're getting ready to talk about next week and the weeks to come. I've been out recruiting and talking to a lot of people. And next week, we're going to have a couple of men that come down from Atlanta, and we're going to share what's going on. There are some of you right here listening to me right now that have been incarcerated, and you have been paying fees and fines, and it has been impacting you. It has been hurting you. It has been hindering you from moving and successfully reaching a lot of your goals. Where we got some men, as we got a team of men, let me say that. We got a team of men and women that are now being intentional about changing policy. You see, we've always known that the criminal justice system has put policy over people. Well, now we got a group of people who are changing that narrative, and we are balancing that thing out. And now people are back in their rightful place, more important than policy. And so what we're doing on May 17th, again, we are talking about how we can change the impact that fees and fines have had on us, whether it's leg monitors, whether it is restitution, whether it is the classes that you got to pay for. I don't know what it is that's going on in your life, but if there are fees and fines that are hurting and hindering you, please reach out to me. Not only are we talking about these men that's coming down from Atlanta, but I also have been speaking to other individuals. There was a young man that I just spoke to this week that is, he has a powerful story of where he started out messed up and incarcerated. Then he got out, got his education, started playing ball, and is now going overseas. You will hear that story in the weeks to come. Then I got another opportunity to speak to a young man that has really been making things happen, running for office, and he's been mentoring to other young men. And then I got another story of a young man that used to be incarcerated, but now he's going back into the prison system, and he's now helping men who on the inside prepare progressively to come on the outside and provide jobs for them. I'm talking about, we got some powerful stories that are coming out. And again, why? Because stories matter. That's what I'm saying. Hold on one second. Stories matter. I want to make sure that I'm on point here. If you don't understand anything that I'm saying to you right now, please understand this. Your story is important. Okay, look at my little, I'll make sure I'm on point here. Your story is important. Yes. Okay, so what I need for you to do before we get ready to go, because I get ready to transition to the end, I need for you to share this, what I am talking to you, this introduction piece, so that people will begin to know what we're doing here on Friday nights at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Ink to Ink, Incarceration to Incorporation, OAA Savannah, Offender Alumni Association. We are coming together and providing this platform for you. Secondly, I need you to know this. Your story matters. Whether it was 20 or 30 years ago, and it has made you into the person that you are today, it matters. Young lady, I want you, come and share your story. There are thousands of women that are listening for help, encouragement. I need you. I don't know how to relate, but you can. Would you please come out and do it? Those are my returning citizens. But the community also, I need you to know what we're doing here, because you too can be a help. We are connecting dots here from Ink to Ink. What dots are you talking about, Mr. Campbell? When I came home from incarceration, I heard that there was a lot of resources out there, but I could not reach them. I could not attain to them because I did not know where they were. But what we're doing now here at Ink to Ink is we are connecting those dots. We are looking for those resources, writing them down, and connecting you with them. Community, we need you. You know where those resources are, whether it's employment, whether it's housing, whether it's healthcare, whatever it may be. We need you. Would you do that for us? Faith-based community. I'm talking to you as well. God has called us, yes, ministers, to go in and see about them. Jesus himself said it. He says, when I went to visit you, when you were hungry, when you were thirsty, when you were in prison. That is our job, not just to go and preach, but we are to also be a help. So would you also listen in? Would you tell another church what we're doing here on Ink to Ink? Would you let them know that they too can be here as a platform and a comfort for men and women who are returning back from incarceration? That's our job. And then lastly, family members. What about you? You know somebody that's incarcerated right now. There are statistics out there that say, if I'm not mistaken, 1 in 8 of us have someone or know someone that is incarcerated. Have you checked on your loved one lately? Do you know what's going on with them? Well, we're talking to our families as well. I like to say it in 3 R's. I say returning citizens, relatives of returning citizens, and resources for returning citizens. That's our audience. That's our target group. That's who I'm talking to tonight. So would you go out and tell those what we're doing? Again, every Friday night from 6 to 7, we are called Ink to Ink on all things relevant or our black media. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube, and you're getting ready to find us on Roku TV as well. I am Julius Campbell, and I am, again, excited to be able to come back. I've been going on a journey, but I'm back, y'all. I'm here, and I am getting ready to launch. I am telling you, I'm excited. Getting ready to launch out with not just me, Marie, Julius, AB, and the rest of those who are coming alongside us, and we are going to help as many men and women as we can who are returning. Your reentry, your reintegration is going to be successful if Ink to Ink and OAA Savannah got anything to do with it. So again, tell those who are watching, share right now so they'll know to be here next week. I want to be able to say shouts out again to Marie. I know she'll be here next week. Julius Hall and AB and Fred and all of the team. We will be back. But before we leave, let me encourage you one more time. You may have started this journey off wrong, but look at us now. We're finishing strong. Love you, and I look to see you again next week on Ink to Ink. Good night.
I ran up a check.
like this.